boyfriend's embarrassing? Read this comment I got from a white guy. Closing line is important and shows something white men know that many white women don't. White women especially, I want you to hear this. As a white dude, life's just easier, plain and simple. We don't need to sweat everything, just falls into place. We can stroll into any job we want, no need for experience, fancy degrees, stellar grades, or even basic hygiene. Doesn't matter if we're unattractive, unkept, or straight up dirty. We still get our pick of any woman to marry. That male loneliness epidemic, y'all hollering about this article. Men, even the best ones, will be begging for us when they're older, like in their 30s, desperate to settle down. We don't have to chase, hit the gym, or show off some pointless hobby. Being a white dude is the ultimate advantage. The entire Western Hemisphere, places like the USA, Canada, Australia, all those territories our ancestors colonized, was built for us straight white men. We know. Always has been, always will be. They can't do us without us, white ladies. Our ancestors had it made and are still coasting. We know. Back when we left Europe, we took over everything, wiped out whole populations in North America. We know. What's now Canada and the U.S., colonized Central and South America, crushed civilizations and ran Africa and Asia too, pretty much the whole world. We know. Why when y'all bitch in my comments about, that's just white Americans. Right now, us white guys are staying quiet when ignoring all the noise, but most of us are waking up now. When we decide to move, we'll flip everything back our way, and all your nonsense and stupidity will be over in a heartbeat. We're the top dogs, always will be. Any woman who doesn't get in line with keeping our people strong, they're just asking for problems. We'll win, and there's nothing you can do about it. And any woman who refuses to have white babies shouldn't even have the right to exist. They should be punished or deported right away. What they know that we don't know is that they can't do this without us. We've got to opt out.
So we all read that, right? We read it right along with her. She specifically stated, especially she wants her white women, her white girlies, to really pay attention to this because it was really directed towards them, and everybody else pretty much, falls in line a little bit later. So for me, being a Black American male content creator and knowing the fact that there are tons of Black women out here who like white guys, interracial dating, this is something that I felt should be brought directly to the forefront. And that was a white male that wrote that. And I want to be very clear. This is not the first time that I've seen something like this. Over my many years of being online, without being, in front of the microphone or the camera, I've read comments like this before. And it didn't matter where these guys existed. It doesn't matter if it's Europe. It doesn't matter if it's the UK. It doesn't matter if it's Canada. If they're even potentially, located in Asia, Australia, the United States, South. It doesn't matter where they reside. They all think the exact same way. Even when you go into game chats, you'll happen to hear these exact same white guys say a lot of things about women. And I'm just thinking to myself silently, I'm like, yo, how is it possible that these dudes still get women? I'm like, they talk like this all the time. Women know exactly how it is that they are, but then women still flock directly to them. But then complain about the way that they're deemed, treated, seen, right? And they say that they're only being tolerated and not loved. But I'm like, you choose these guys. They are very open about their opinions on how they feel women should be, the place that women should be in and purely exist in, and how it is that they are the eye, pretty much, of the world, the masters of the universe. We have conquered everything. We are the top dog. You're the top dog, but the smallest percentage. You're the top dog, but yet the smallest percentage. And it's like, it's crazy to say that you're the top dog when everything that you touch lies in ruins. Everything that you touch lies in ruins. And he was honest about one thing. He was like, hey, wherever we go, we cause destruction. We cause chaos. Notice not at one point in time of him being, quote unquote, the top dog, did they ever say that they could create peace, because it's impossible. Within nature, within every single fiber, within the DNA, within every single atom lies chaos, lies destruction, ash, ruins, things not existing ever again. That's the testimony of the quote unquote top dog of the rule. They don't know what peace is because they can never create it, and nor have they ever seen it. And if it were to ever come directly in front of their face, they would destroy it. because they would consider it an enemy. They would consider it something that is going against them and their will. Crazy work, diabolical in nature. But I said all of this to say to the black woman out there, I want you to understand that the exact same thing openly that white guy and many others have stated openly online are the exact same things that they say about you, but 10 to 100 times worse. As stated before, I've gone all over the internet and I've gone to some of the darkest places in order to understand people and how it is that they actually think about Black Americans. And in a lot of these instances, of course, they normally say what they normally say about Black American men, of course. But to my surprise, all of the horrendous and atrocious things that they've stated about Black American women, or I'm just sorry, Black women in general, it is quite an eye-opener. And the funniest thing is, I know a lot of these divestors, swirlers know about these channels, they know about these blogs, these areas, but they decide not to go into it because they feel that those are just individuals and you know, all of them don't think the same and rah, 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 rah. That's wishful thinking. That's dumb thinking from a group of people who always state that they're going to choose the bear. But yet when it deals with the men who are their preference, they'll choose that man over the bear, over anything in nature, as a matter of fact. They will allow that man to be the king of the world, the king of them, even though he knows nothing about their walks of life. But basically what I'm saying is Black women have to teach them everything about them. Even to the extent that you've had Black women online stating that they've had to teach their partners how to wash properly. They had to teach them about hygiene. Case in point, the white woman clearly read what the guy said. He was like, hey, we can be dirty. We can have the worst hygiene known to man, but we're still on top. Nobody can touch us. Wow. But like I said, it'd be like that though. Okay? You know, they be out here winning. They be out here winning. Like he said, they can get any woman out here without trying. And he is correct. He is correct, bar none. I've always seen white guys beyond any other man. I've always seen white guys with different varieties of women from all over the world. So he's not lying. He is not lying. And like he said before, they can be unkept. The hygiene can be at -0. Right? They can be the most uneducated. They can just not have anything in order and they can still get a job. Which is true. And they can still get any woman directly out here. Which is true. Because he's stating that, hey, we don't even got to look the best in order to get the best women. He's right. He's 1,000% right. No lies are being told. And that's the funniest part. This is the utmost honesty that you will actually get. But even still with this honesty, even still with the white woman bringing this to the forefront because she's speaking upon her own men, the men of her community, and how they deem, treat, and see them. Even with that information there, you'll still have Black women out there to be like, well, that's a you problem. That has nothing to do with me. I'm obviously better than you. He's going to pick me over you. We're going to be doing this. We're going to be. I'm like, you don't even understand what you're walking directly into, or do you? Because like I stated in a live stream, the depiction of Black women in a lot of these TV shows are not really that great. Like I said, the show Fallout, the woman that is there literally brought the whole world to ruin with her one idea. Because she left one white guy who she had a child with to be with another white guy that had power and control. And she brought up the idea of basically taking out all of civilization. The rich folks were actually in shock. They didn't even know what to sit up there and say because they know that they didn't even want to go to that furthest extent because that was going to bring to ruin everything that they've built so far. Because what good is a kingdom without people? How can you call yourself a king or a savior if there's nobody to rule over or nobody out there to save? But she brought up this idea and everybody was like, okay, let's do it. That's the plan. We're going to save ourselves and we're going to bring the rest of the world to ruin. And then we're going to come back out to repopulate the planet with just us. Wow. I mean, I guess maybe that's the plan. I guess maybe Fallout is telling an actual story. I guess Fallout realistically is stating the fact that at the end of the day, is what's going to lead to the ruin of the whole planet is the relationship of a rich white guy with all the power in the world and a black woman that wants to rule by his side. Very interesting. Very interesting. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this video and everything that I stated in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, stay tuned for the next video.